I'm Deontay Jenkins, and here's what's on my mind. So the 2022 Academy Award nominations are out, and boy do the Oscars have some problems. Their main problem is diversity. And this time I'm not talking about ethnic diversity, I'm talking about diversity in films. There's a huge uproar going on right now because Spider-Man No Way Home was not nominated for Best Picture. Look, this is not new. Spider-Man is a blockbuster. This isn't some kind of huge snub that we didn't expect. When do they nominate blockbusters for Academy Awards? Never, motherfuckers. But the discourse online has me thinking, why don't they nominate blockbusters for Academy Awards? Doesn't really make sense. And I'll tell you why. I personally love what the Academy Awards represent. It's a celebration of cinema and all that it has to offer. Or at least in theory it is, right? Maybe that's what it used to be, but not so much anymore. Somehow the Academy has gone from a celebration of cinema to a political platform that only honors the most pretentious and artsy films, you know what I mean? A lot of which I love. I'm a movie lover at heart. I love all different types of films. I love the art film, I love the indie film, I love the action film, I love the horror film. I love movies. I remember the first time I watched the Oscars, it was the year that There Will Be Blood and No Country for Old Men were going at it for Best Picture. I was probably in like 6th or 7th grade at the time, and now those are two of my favorite films ever. The Oscars is a great platform for celebrating exceptional filmmaking. However, exceptional filmmaking to the Academy seems to only be a certain type of film. You have the biopic, you have the costume drama, you have the historical drama. You have the same type of films being nominated every year. And every year, we as an audience get upset and get mad at the Academy for not nominating what is our favorite films. And sometimes the Academy does a great job at picking the nominees and the winners. I think Parasite was well deserving of its win. And then sometimes, many times, it just doesn't. But the idea of the Academy Awards is supposed to be a celebration of cinema. But how can you celebrate cinema without celebrating every aspect of cinema? This isn't an original thought, but to me, the comic book movie is an evolution of the Western. The comic book movie is to us what the Western was to audiences 60 years ago. It's fun, it's popcorn movies. Some of them are really good and some of them really suck. But they're still movies, and the really good ones should be acknowledged. For instance, The Dark Knight not being acknowledged as one of the best pictures of the year was a huge snub, forcing the Academy to extend their best picture nominations from 5 to 10. Or 7 to 10. I don't even know. But there are exceptional comic book movies, but for some reason the Academy always overlooks them. There's only been one comic book movie that's been nominated for Best Picture, and that's Black Panther. You're telling me that in the history of comic book films, the only good enough comic book movie to be nominated for an Oscar is Black Panther? Don't get me wrong, Black Panther totally deserved to be nominated for an Oscar, but there are plenty of other comic book movies that did too. Avengers Endgame was amazing. Spider-Man 2, amazing. The Dark Knight, again, amazing. There are a lot of great comic book movies that simply get overlooked and only nominated for technical Oscars such as like costume design or best visual effects. And that's just not accurate. I really hate it when people try to say art is this. Art isn't anything, art just is. I could not and would not try to make the argument that pop art is somehow less artistic than Renaissance paintings, because it's just not true. They're just two different styles of art. And for too long, the Academy has only paid attention to one style of cinematic art. For instance, no comedy has won Best Picture since Annie Hall in 1977. There is no way that no good comedies have come out since 1977. I know right now you're thinking of a list of great comedies that's come out since 1977. But somehow none of them have won Best Picture, and very few of them have been even nominated. Don't even get me started on horror films. Besides Get Out, can you think of a horror film that was even nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards? The Academy's problem is they only have this narrow-minded view of what an artistic film is, and that's just not accurate. Don't get me wrong, Schindler's List is the height of artistic achievement, but I can make the argument that so is Jurassic Park. They're from the same filmmaker and came out in the same year. And only one of them won Best Picture. Only one of them was nominated. For years, the Academy has been losing relevance, and it's because they keep ignoring what audiences are looking for. I'm not saying all 10 Best Picture nominations should be, 10 Marvel films. That wouldn't make sense. Most of the Marvel films aren't that great. I'm sorry, they're just not. But when one is actually exceptional, why not put it in the same category as these other artistic films that you continuously nominate? When we have a great horror film come out, why not nominate it for Best Picture? When we have a great comedy film, why not nominate it for Best Picture? I think comedy is probably the hardest type of film to make because it's so hard to make an entire group of people laugh. Everybody has different senses of humor. Why don't we see science fiction films winning Best Picture? Sci-fi is really good right now. If you like science fiction, you know both science fiction and horror are really good right now, but they're always ignored by the awards. So, Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, here's what I would do. I would diversify the group of voters and make sure we have people from all different types of fields, all different types of genres of filmmaking in the voting process to nominate film. And stop being so narrow-minded. Just because it's a beautifully shot, wonderfully acted drama doesn't mean it's the best picture that came out. Sometimes a comedy film is just as well acted as a drama. Sometimes a superhero film is just as well shot as a historical piece. If we're going to celebrate cinema, if we're really going to say that this is what the Academy Awards is for, then we need to celebrate all of cinema, not just the narrow-minded view that we've been following for decades now. Let's get back to the days when romantic comedies would win Best Picture. Let's get back to the days when it was a surprise when Star Wars lost. And if we don't do that, we risk losing the relevance of one of the most important institutions in cinema. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to see the Academy Awards go away. But then again, what do I know? Thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Tell me in the comments below, do you care about the Academy Awards? Do you watch every year? Should there even be award shows for films? Let me know. I'd love to have a discussion with you. You can check out my latest short films here. Be sure to follow me on social media and make sure you come back next time because I think you're pretty cool. Peace.